data is a massive, complex, and high data sets. Big data is the fuel that powers the evolution of artificial intelligence decision-making. So it's the tools that artificial intelligence use to analyze the information and the insights. Big data analytics is the use of processed and technologies, including AI machine learning, to combine and analyze massive data sets with the goal of identifying patterns and developing actionable insights. This makes faster, better data-driven decision, and this increase efficiency, revenues, and profits for any company, for any brand, and make them reach their target faster, and can understand if the customer is satisfied or not, and can return products to them or provide better policies for them according to big data and artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence in digital marketing will influence marketing strategies, business models, marketing procedures, consumer service options, and influence consumers' behavior as well. Based on Juniper research, retailer spending on AI was 2 billion and is set to rise to 7.3 billion by 2022. One of the challenges that digital marketers face really, due to the increasing amount of data and big data available, is determining how to process and measure these data. So measuring the data is not easy for brands and for marketers. With AI, it becomes more easier for them to provide valuable insights, build consumer trust. Consumer trust is another phenomenon concept that is very important when it comes to consumer behavior. So with AI, it can provide consumer trust, emphasizing the relationship between customer engagement, their behavior, the big data, and how to analyze all this information, how to organize it, and how to build the trust with the consumer. AI technologies help serve providers manage and respond to large amount of data in real time, automating service interactions and offering tailored customer experiences, which is the main concept now and what is customer really looking for. When we bring big data and AI technology, companies can improve their performance and efficiency by anticipating and capitalizing on emerging industry and market trends. So they can know what are the emerging industries, where can they open more branches or more online platform, how can they segment customer more in a successful way, analyzing every single consumer behavior action or attitude and automating customer segmentation, personalizing and optimizing the performance of digital marketing campaigns. So personalizing is also another important concept and predominant concept in consumer behavior. Using intelligent decision support system fueled by big data, AI, and predictive analytics. Big data meets AI to create new possibilities in better machine learning algorithms, open source programming platforms, large scale memory devices that we use on daily basis, computing power. So this both combination can help in different platforms. Also the voice AI, which is voice activated shopping devices like Amazon, Alexa, Alibaba, Tmall, Jane, all that are channels for shopping and is gaining more popularity. And we can feel that also and the increase of that going on during COVID-19. So almost all of us have been purchasing product through online platforms. So Alibaba developed and launched its own voice AI product to empirically identify the result. The results show that consumers on average spend 23% more as a result of adopting the voice AI. And approximately 630 million US dollar increase in the sales revenue every year. So this is a big amount of increase for sales for companies. In the US, households now own roughly 118.5 million devices, such as Amazon, Alexa, and Echo, Google Home, and Apple HomePod. The synergy in technology innovation, actually, by big data and artificial intelligence, also linked in terms of research and technological innovation for each field. Big data technology uses AI theories and methods, and AI relies on large volumes of data and the supporting for big data technologies to improve the decision-making capabilities. Chatbot also is one of the active examples in a computer program for artificial intelligence. So chatbot is a computer program that stimulates human conversation through voice commands or text chat or both. So usually we use it when we are searching for any brand. For example, if I'm looking for a car to buy and I'm visiting a Range Rover website. So we can see the chatbot at the end of the page if we require any service, if we have any question, and it answers us automated like a human being and maybe faster sometimes. Also, if we are visiting a university website, if we're visiting governmental websites that provide services for consumer. So customers or computer programs built by AI technology that guide customers to simplify human interaction in digital marketing platforms, support natural language conversation. So a couple of years ago, it was not strong as it is now because of the development of technology. It's really identify humanity, social intellect, which was a previous issue with AI. Chatbot also can identify society, trust, skills, ability to read, usability of the product and social demands interaction. According to some of the research I have been looking at, there are a very strong correlation between artificial intelligence centered and shopping experience. So AI can detect the patterns that the customer is purchasing, timing, product, age group, and it can make it better. And it can recommend better options for the customer to encourage the customer to reach the final stage of purchase, which is a main need for marketing and to make the marketing process really successful. Artificial intelligence also empowered service quality, since it is very convenient, satisfying, and performing in a very quickly time to answer the consumer requirement. Artificial intelligence also empowered service quality. So it empowered consumer experience, shapes the customer dynamic journey to make it very satisfying, adding services or extra services performed by the computers or machines to quality assessments. Building trust and confidence, as I mentioned today. So AI really changed the future of digital marketing. We used to talk in marketing or argue the trust of consumers, especially when it comes to AI. But this part has really a predominant shift and helps build trust and create personalized experience and discussion with a particular customer. I'm done for now. I'm going to leave the floor for everyone to ask more and to interact more. These are some of the reference lists I used. And I would like to thank you for listening. I hope it was useful. And if you would like to raise any question, I will leave the floor to Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hiba, for the interesting topic. Actually, I know this is one of the hot topic nowadays, which is talk about the big data. And so I know many of the articles right now also in the conferences, they are doing research about the same thing. In my field, which is in accounting, big data is one of the important and trend topic nowadays. So this is my first time that I know a relationship between big data and marketing, and you know how you link it in your major. So thank you so much, Dr. Hiba, for your information and interesting topic. Please, anyone have any? Thank you. If you have any question to Dr. Hiba, you can raise your hand, or you can write a question in Q&A below the screen. Let me start with the question, Dr. Hiba. So, do you have any published paper regarding the same topic that you plan to publish it in high-ranked journals, or maybe in a good journals?
Thank you for raising this question. Actually, I'm so interested about this topic, but my area of expertise is a bit more into electronic word of mouth and social platforms and consumer trustworthiness. So I already send a paper for publication, but it's not in artificial intelligence yet.
If you want my advice, really, it's one of the hot topic nowadays. So I really encourage you to think about it and start.
Yalla, doctor, if we find someone who can help in publication to be a co-author, I'm ready.
Okay, so did you start writing this paper, a paper about the topic, or not yet?
I start writing something in the literature review, but not yet reaching more advanced stages and collecting data yet.
All right. Doctor, we have Umar Ayub. His question is, I think, one of student, a bachelor student. So his question, how he will use, how can he use your topic or today a webinar in his life, or maybe in his study?
Can he tell us what is he studying exactly, or his major?
عمر شو تخصصك؟ Marketing.
Okay, interesting. So you can look into the customer satisfaction journey, consumer trust. These are very interesting topics. You can understand also or look into big data usage for marketing and for segmentation in particular, because segmentation is one of the predominant topic in marketing, and always we're looking into segmenting our consumer and how can we understand the journey of purchasing, the journey that consumer go through before, in, and after the purchasing decision making. So I think this can really help a lot. And also, if you would like Omar to look into psychology and sociology behind artificial intelligence and segmentation, I think it would be helpful.
Thank you, Doctora. Also, we have a question from Shada.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Ahlan wa sahlan, Shada.
First of all, I would like to thank you all for this beneficial lecture. It's really exciting, and as Dr. Ahmad said, it's really hot topic and I'm interested in. I just have simple clarification if you can help. May I know the difference between consumer confidence index and the consumer, or let's say consumer sentiment index?
Could you please repeat your question and clarify it a bit, please?
During my reading about the consumer's behavior, I've realized a lot of, let's say, concepts or terminologies. Some of those terminologies are referring to Consumer Confidence Index, CCI, and there are some other indices, let's say, like investors or consumer sentiment index. So what is the difference between the consumer confidence and the consumer sentiments? How do they measure different indices?
Thank you for raising your question. I'm sorry, I don't really have much information about this, but it's an interesting question. So I can look into it. And if you can share with me your question by Gmail, I would be happy to provide more information about it.
Sure, my pleasure, inshallah. Thank you
very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Shada. Also, we have a question from Dr. Hanan.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you, Dr. Hiba, for this amazing presentation. Now, my question is, I would like to hear your opinion, because you're an expert and I come from a very different background, being the legal background. I see that it's very interesting that we combine two different topics that are very different in nature, like artificial intelligence is very technical, and then human behavior, when it comes to consumer behavior, is very human topic, right? So as a lawyer, I would always look into the problems. So from your experience, what are the problems that you can face when it comes to the interaction between these two topics, artificial intelligence and consumers' behavior?
Thank you, Dr. Hanan, for raising this interesting question. Actually, consumer behavior is like, if you stay all your life really reading about it, it's not easy to understand it, because different culture, different subjective norms, different way of thinking, all that cultural perspective really affect the consumer behavior. Even we are living in a globalized world, but it's not really easy to predict consumer from a place to another and during a particular period and another. So yes, consumer behavior is a social science that is involved of sociology, psychology, different type of knowledge, and artificial intelligence when it comes to data, numbers, and analytics. So there is a strong correlation, because it transfers almost what we need to know about the consumer behavior into numbers and clear path of the journey that consumer go through. So one of the main concepts that we are always concerned about in the consumer behavior, what they have to do, or what the customer, the process that they go before when they are searching for the information, when they are looking for different brand, comparing competitives, evaluating which competitor is better for them, and transferring all this into numbers, and understanding really what website they visited, what they like and what they did not like, how many minutes they spent in any website, what images they were browsing, what content they were browsing. So all this helps us really to understand the journey before, during the purchase. So if it was easy for me to pay by online, or the payment process was quickly and clear, the information about the product were provided and enough information were provided, the policy for returning a product is really clear on the website, and then the product, when it reaches the consumer, then after that, if I need a customer care, or there's any service that the product require. So all this that we use to analyze it and understand it on a manual manner, or on a manual way, it becomes now very quick and fast and automated. SEO is a great concept that really helps brands, and it really add a great value to digital marketing. So if you have a website for a product and you have a social networking sites, by SEO, you can really understand what customer like, why they buy this product, when, and who more likely like this product that you are providing. It's not that costly as well. So it's saving more time, more money by combining AI with consumer behavior.
Yes, but one more thing, I'm sorry to say this, but don't you think there is an issue of privacy involved as well?
Of course, we're
Right?
using WhatsApp, and WhatsApp has a privacy issue. We're using social networking platforms, and we sign a consent, or at least we accept all the conditions they have. Especially, we have a lawyer with us, Dr. Hanan. So she knows that our life is monitored so much through AI, through internet, and we cannot control that, unfortunately. But I think consumer rights, and when consumer really asking for the rights and complaining sometimes in a professional way, and sending their feedback to the brand, sometimes some of the companies and some of the platforms can decrease like sharing the information, and also can increase the privacy. But unfortunately, everything we are doing is monitored. Even when we are using Google Maps, cameras are everywhere, right. Using ATM machines, online purchase, and this really increased the frauds. Artificial intelligence is used also to protect the frauds that's going on buying products online. Still, criminals can sometimes interact or interfere in that perspective, but there is a great improvement going with AI. I know that AI also will affect employment, and more people will be unemployed. I remember when I moved to London in 2011 to start my master and PhD studies, I went to supermarket, and I was like just one person in the security, and one person I think was a manager or floor manager, and I was dealing with machines. So I did not talk to anyone. I buy the product, and the way I use the process was very easy for me. I saw a robot was doing a great show in Dubai for Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank. And that the robot also in 2011 was talking, dancing, creating jokes, feeling that I'm close to him, so he cannot come closer. We have vacuum at home that are robotics. It still have some technical issues. It can be more improved. But since that time, I was reading lots of articles talking about the huge issue of employment that people will face because of the artificial intelligence, and how quick it is and how professional it is. I don't think we can live without internet. If you remember, the WhatsApp was not working well for one day. I was not able to sleep. So yeah, it's controlled our life. Unfortunately, there is a pros and cons, but we have to do our best also to improve. We can learn more also from artificial intelligence, and we can solve our problems in our organization and small enterprises without hiring more people. So it has positive and negative as well.
Thank you so much, Victoria. Thank you for your answer.
Most welcome, Habibti. Thanks for you.
Thank you, Dr. Hanan. We have Yusuf. Yusuf.
Hello.
Hello, Yusuf.
I have a question, Dr. Hiba.
Ahlan wa sahlan, Mr. Yusuf. Go ahead, please.
Doctora, what is a digital email marketing?
Digital email marketing, when the email is answering and replying to the consumer needs, it has like a software that try to understand the consumer questions and answer and reply to the requirement, keep sending them emails of the offers, remind them of the brand and the product they have.
Okay. But okay, and Doctora, how can I become specify in my
Do you prefer to speak in Arabic if you want to, Yusuf? It's entirely up to you.
Can I tell? اوكي دكتور، كيف أصير أصبح ناجح بمهنتي التسويقية بالمستقبل؟
تمام. ايش تخصصك بالضبط، او ايش اللي بتعمله في التسويق تحديدا؟
آه، مع تسويق إلكتروني.
تسويق الكتروني. طيب، انا I advise you او انصحك انه يعني في دورات كتير اونلاين في تطوير المهارات، في دورات سيرتيفايد من جامعات عالميه، وفي دورات في براكتيشنرز يدرسوها. اعتقد بما انك تحتاج انه تطور مهاراتك العمليه او البراكتيشنر، فالافضل انك يعني تسجل في دورات اونلاين لها علاقه بالمهارات اللي تحتاجها. الاس اي او السيرش انجن اوبتمايزر one of the main concept اللي ممكن تخدمك. كيف تسوق للمنتج اللي عندك او المنتجات اللي بتستخدمها او اللي بتسوق لها. كيف توصل للكونسيومر اللي حابين يشتروا المنتج. تعرف مين اللي بيزور الموقع، سواء موقع الويب سايت او سواء السوشيال ميديا. في كمان خدمات اسمها pay per click pay per view برضو موجودة في السوشيال ميديا، انه كل ما دخل كلاينت او عميل على السوشيال ميديا حقتك وضغط البوتوم وفتح وشاف المضمون اللي موجود، يسحب مبلغ بسيط منك كل مرة، لأنه الكاستمر بيشوف الإعلان بيوصل له. في باي بير فيو وباي بير كليك. بير كليك ما حيبين حقيقة إذا كنت الكاستمر شاف الإعلان أو شاف المنتج أو لا، بس باي بير فيو إنه الكاستمر تفرج عليه. كمان أنصحك إنك أنت تاخذ دورة مجانية بيعملوها جوجل أناليتكس، مرة مهمة، وبتشرح كيف نستهدف الشريحة اللي نحتاجها، الكاستمر سيجمنتيشن، كيف نعرف الجمهور اللي بيتابع المنتج، الأوقات اللي يحب يشوف المنتج فيها، إيش أكثر إعلان لقيوا عليه تفاعل، الفئات العمرية. فكمان جوجل أناليتكس is one of the very great platform، وبيوفروا دورات مجانية للكل، وهي مجموعة من الدورات يعني سيريز ورا بعض. فهذه مهارات يعني وأدوات محترفة بيعلموا فيها الالجوريثمز، اللي هي الكلمات اللي بنستخدمها احنا ككيوردز او مصطلحات بندور فيها معلومات. فاعتقد هذه اكثر المهارات او اكثر الاشياء اللي ممكن تساعد تطوير الماركتينج. كمان تواصلك مع العميل بعد انتهاء الخدمة عشان تعرف ايش بالضبط اللي كان ناقص او كيف ممكن تطور خدماتك بشكل افضل. الاستبيانات، الفوكس جروب جدا مهمة، انه نعرف اذا العميل راضي ولا لا، ايش ممكن نضيف. اتذكر مرة من المرات كنت داخلة على موقع هانجر ستيشن، عندنا ابلكيشن للاكل. عجبني سؤال كانوا حاطينه بصراحة، واعتقدت يعني جاني اعتقاد انه هذا السؤال المفروض ندفع عليه فلوس، ما يكون مجانا. هم بياخذوا الفيدباك، فحاطين سؤال: اذا كنت سي اي او مدير تنفيذي لهانجر ستيشن، ايش ممكن تغير في الشركة؟ فالعملاء في منتهى الذكاء، العملاء المنافسة كبيرة عندهم، هم بيشوفوا كل المنافسين لينا في كل مكان، فهم من أكثر الناس اللي يقدروا يعطونا أفكار أفضل. وعشان كده we have to be a good listeners للكاستمرز والكاستمرز نيد واحتياجاتهم. إن شاء الله أكون جاوبت سؤالك.
إن شاء الله إن شاء الله. طب في مواقع مثلا قدر مثلا تدزوا لنا إياها عشان إحنا نستفيد منهم؟
إذا تحب أنا إيميلي موجود على الشاشة، وإذا ترسلي إيميل يعني إيش تحتاج بالضبط، حكون سعيدة إني أرد عليك بتفصيل وبلينك وبمواقع.
شكرا دكتورة، شكرا. الله يعطيك العافية.
العفو، الله يعافيك، حياك الله أستاذ يوسف.
ثانك يو دكتور.
أهلا وسهلا. أي حد عنده أي سؤال ثاني؟ Any question? Thank you, Dr. Hiba, for thank you. Shada, I hope I already put Dr. Hiba email in the chat, so I hope ما شفتي. لحظة. Sorry.
موجود I think على الشاشة.
إيه بس أنا سهلته كتبته.
أوكي أفضل. الله يعطيك العافية.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Hiba, for the presentation and give us some of your time. Also, I want to thank you for your effort during today's webinar. I really like it. I like the concept of how you link the today topic with marketing, because usually when I read my major, which is accounting. Yeah, I know how we link big data with accounting and this stuff, but today I know in different angle, let's say.
It's for you, Dr. Ahmed. It is really interesting, the great shift. Since ages, this topic is taking time. Inshallah, it was useful for everyone. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the whole team of ITAR Group. Shukran, and thanks a lot for all our audience today. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to email me. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Dr. Hiba. Inshallah, next week we'll have Dr. Yasser Mustafa from Durham University from United Kingdom, which will be organized by Dr. Ahlam Sulami, Bidnallah. The registration will start from tomorrow for free. It will be on 27th of November, so next Saturday. The topic will be how to choose the best topic in master and PhD. How to choose the best
interesting
topic. Yeah, it will be a very good topic for who want to continue their master and PhD, and
saving
also
time.
Exactly, saving time and effort at the same time. So I want to thank Dr. Ahlam. Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
Sorry to interrupt. I have a good recommendation of a small book that I read before I started my PhD, How to Get a PhD. It's literally very small, and I think it's provided on the internet for free. So it's really helpful to just go through it before attending the workshop. Well, best of luck, inshallah, للجميع.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, guys. Inshallah, نشوفكم next week. Have a good day.
إن شاء الله.
Salam.
الله معكم وعليكم السلام.